All right, I get it. All right, well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to QiGong Practice. I'm Tim, and we have Deborah today working behind the scenes, and Cindy will be with us shortly. A couple weeks ago, we had a discussion. We were trying to determine what the proper way to use the hand salute that we use. It's called cover fist salute, or the let's see, what is it called? I forget the Chinese term. At any rate, it doesn't matter. Well, what I was wondering was, in Chinese etiquette, they have a hand gesture. Remember our conversation? Okay. Yeah. Well, in the social hand gesture in China, men have this hand gesture with the right fist and the left palm and the fingers like that, whereas women are reversed. Yeah, but that is the social hand gesture. There's the martial arts gesture that we use, and I think that was your question. Yes. Yeah, and that's been in the back of my mind as well, and I have searched unsuccessfully, so I decided to contact my online master, Leah Cohen. And so I presented her with that question a couple days ago on her Facebook group, and so she didn't know. She did not know. She trained in China at the Wudong Mountains Monastery, and so, but she said she would contact them. So we'll be waiting for her response. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, well, like I say, I always want to do things, or present things in a correct, an accurate fashion, and so I'm still learning it. So I'm just trying to pass on some good information. So with that, let's get started. Yeah, if you want to go home and go Mimi's. All right. Okay, well, why don't we begin? Let's begin with our arms out to the side, just readying our body for some nice gentle movements, getting our breath going, awakening our chi. Bye, Deb. Get some nice sleep. So let's step out to the left and continue with, as we commence to unpacking the chi. This monitor really messes me up because well, you look like you're over here, but you're over here. Yeah. I don't think you ever quite get used to it, All right, so now let's bring our arms out and open our chest, broaden our chest, open our heart as we breathe in, and then as our hands come back together, exhale. just one more time. And exhale. Okay, good. From here, let's reel silk. Let's bring our hands up through the middle, palms facing out as we go back out to the universe. Give a nice bend to your knees. Whatever's comfortable. Of course, as our hands come up through the middle, we're taking a nice breath inward. And then exhaling as our hands go up. So let's do this one more time, and then after that, once we up and out, bring your hands around and across at the wrist like you were racing the tiger for a moment. And then I want to just refresh everybody's memory on what embracing the tiger signifies. So the tiger is seen as both yang and yin. It is both hard and soft, light and dark, full and empty, moving and still, fire and water, ferocious and gentle. To embrace this aspect of ourselves, all aspects, and to demonize no part of ourselves is to return to the knower. I just thought I love the philosophy behind the moves. You know, it just makes it so much more meaningful and motivates you to do it. I have that fatal flaw. I always have to ask why. Yep. Okay, so let's continue on and do the gentle monkey bear. Just kind of letting our arms go limp at the shoulders, on down like Raggedy Ann and Andy's cloth arms. Just let the momentum of your twisting trunk, let them kind of go with the flow. As we do the gentle monkey. Alright, so now let's put our hands on our waist, on our hips, and let's turn at the waist. Ever so gently. Whatever range of motion is comfortable with you. And now let's go in the opposite direction. Just trying to test my range of motion a little bit, see what feels good, what I'm comfortable with. let's do one last rotation. Let's shake our hands off like we're shaking water off and just get the blood flowing and the nerves stimulated. If you like, you can go in into a full body Tai Chi shake. Yep, grown-ups have to actually do these things. It may look, yeah. Good. Okay, that kind of brought the breath up a little bit. Yeah, it looked like it worked out just fine. Well, let's do the wise owl gazes backwards. So, yeah, I like this one as well. So, get our feet shoulder width. Put one hand behind your head, the other hand palm facing out in the small of your back, and then twist gently to one side and look over your shoulder as far as you can. Take a moment to think about nothing and breathe. I had to catch myself. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and switch sides. Gently getting a nice stretch in the neck, the back, as we look over the shoulder. So owl looks over the shoulder. Thinking about nothing. And let's go ahead and switch again. And one last time this side. Continuing on with the wise owl pose, let's tilt our head down, our ear down towards our shoulder, getting a little sideward stretch there. And of course, every time we do that, we come back to center to the other side. Every time we do that, be sure and take a breath. Center, opposite side. Back to center, other side again. And back up. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch our hands and tilt our head upward rather, gazing to the heavens, getting a nice stretch from the underside of our neck. And now let's switch our hands and gaze down. Down at the earth. Once again, switching hands, upward. Breathing all the while. And one last time, switching and looking downward. And let's come back to center. Okay, good deal. Let's do spinning the silk wheel, which is good for frozen shoulder. Just a fussy shoulder, as I think Deborah coined that term. And we are just using motion as therapy. Gentle motion to help warm up and lube our shoulder joint and everything connected to it. This happens to be my fussy shoulder on the left. I don't know exactly how it got that way. I think it's just worn out. I actually had a shoulder injury on the right side a few years back, but I haven't had any problems with it, knock on wood. Yeah, I wore a shoulder brace for a while, which was awkward. Let's go ahead and rotate our arm in the other direction. Or if you like, it's your arm. You can just change directions randomly, if that suits you. Let's let the other arm get its turn. I'm just going to let this side change directions randomly. This is a nice musical selection playing right now. Very nice. All this music has been spot on, I gotta say. And let's just rotate one last time. And then come to center. Alrighty. Let's continue with our elbows. It's pretty much lubing and loosening our elbow like we did our shoulder joint. And let's just rotate our arms at the elbow. You can just rotate like this, or if you like, you can give it a little bit of hand support underneath your tricep. Do it this way or this way, whatever is comfortable for you. So we're going from inboard to outboard. Why don't we continue with this arm, but let the other arm join, going from inboard to outboard. Let's see what two brains looks like. Yeah. And now we can go ahead and change directions. Going outboard to inboard. Okay, looking good. Let's bring our hands around and couple them and do some, let's walk our shoulders forward a little bit, rolling at the shoulder as if though we were sneaking across the ground on our hands and knees, or elbows rather. And let's just go ahead and reverse that action. Alright, good deal. Alright, well, we're just limbered up, loosened up, and ready to push aside the bamboo. Pushing from one side across the body to the other. Picture yourself walking down a little pathway, just pushing the, doesn't have to be bamboo, just wherever you are in the world, just the shrubbery, overgrown branches of the trees as you go along. Let's do one more push each side as we come back to center. Grabbing the clouds, let's get a little shoulder wide stance, and let's bring our creature from the Black Lagoon hands up overhead, taking a breath inward as we bring our arms overhead. Grab the clouds, clenching your fists, and dragging them back down towards your side as you exhale. Let's try that again. Inhaling, grabbing the clouds, and bringing it down as you exhale. And one more time. Grabbing the clouds and bringing it down. Okay, good deal. Let's do one of our favorite stretches, our side stretch with our hand up, raised up on high. Bringing it over to one side. Taking a breath. Bringing it back through the middle and continuing over to the other side. And back. Again. Up overhead, and now this time let's reach out to the corner of the room and breathe. Then come back up, let your arm down, and we'll repeat it on this side. Come over and out towards the corner. Nice little stretch down the lower back. And back up and bringing it back down. And now let's get ready to do our shoulder stretch. Putting your hands on your thighs, bending down. See how close you can get your right ear to your left side of your heel. Yeah. Yeah, this is a famous taco shoulder stretch. Okay, and coming back up to the middle and over the other side. Yeah, I remember Deborah jumped right on that. And once again, this side. That's That's all right. And one more time on the other side. And then come back to center. Let's take a moment and just bring in some breath. Replenish our chi. Let's check our Fitbits. Oh my gosh. No kidding. Oh, you jumped ahead of me. You said 72? I'm 70, 50, 70. I don't know what you did. But that worked. Well, we're just still neck and neck. It's a good incentive to keep, it's a good motivator for sure. Yeah. Okay, so, why don't we take a moment to also grab a sip of our favorite beverage? I can't believe what John said. It's like, I won't repeat it. But I know where he's coming from because I've seen him. Oh yeah. Oh, I used to. There was an incident when I worked at the steel mill. We're playing poker on graveyard shift in the electrician's office. Yeah, and so everybody's getting their coffee situated and stuff. And this one guy set his spit cup down. And this other guy reached over and picked that up by mistake. But somebody noticed and stopped him. It would have been horrible. It would have been a horrible scene. You just wouldn't do that. You wouldn't allow your worst enemy to do that because you don't want to get in a fist fight on graveyard shift. Everybody's kind of peaceful on graveyard. But anyway, a little bit of slice of life. Nasty head. That's it wasn't stinky, yeah. It didn't do much for your gums, though. No. Yeah, you can't really get secondhand chew. Oh my gosh. Nightmare. Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3. Ooh. That, yeah, spilling that. Very bad, very bad. Been there, done that. Kids, what can you do, All right, well, now that you know a little bit more about us, we'll continue. Why don't we do the sun salutation? I'm going to wrap it up at noon, but let's do a few moves and then call it a day at noon. The sun salutation is a form that I really enjoyed in Cindy's, Yoga Latte class. It was on Fridays there at Galaxy back in the day. And of course that was yoga based. This is QiGong sun salutation. And QiGong has been referred to as Chinese yoga. And it all comes together and makes sense because the Chinese were heavily influenced not only with their religious practices, Buddhism, being imported, or rather exported from India to China, but also the martial arts that all go along with it were adopted by the Chinese from India as well, from Indian missionaries, I guess is what they were. So that's always very interesting to get the backstory on things like that. But yeah, so let's begin with the sun salutation. Begin with the prayer hand salute. Bringing our arms up overhead and stepping out into a flat back forward bend. And then let's twist. It's hard to twist it's hard to pivot on this rug. We'll pivot to one side. And now we will flip our rear hand, palm facing up, and let it float upwards as we come with it. And now we're going to step forward and bring it around. So here we go. And then that is round one. We will begin round two again with the prayer hands. Raise your hands up overhead, and then we'll pivot in the opposite direction. This doesn't pivot real smoothly. I wonder if being barefoot would help. We'll try that next time. Anyway, go ahead and flip that rear hand, palm facing up. Lower up towards the heavens. Take a look at it. And now we are going to step forward with the rear foot and bring our arms around. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. But we're still quite a ways from the twilight zone. So. All right, so that was in round two. Then round three, hands overhead, flat back down into the forward bend. And now we'll pivot in that direction. Oh my gosh. Not very smooth pivot, but work on that. Flipping our rear hand, palm face up. And now stepping in. All right. Form number 4, final round. Hands overhead. Forward bend. And pivoting. Now we'll flip that rear hand, palm facing up. And bringing it overhead. And now one last time, stepping forward and completing round 4. And that was the sun salutation. We made it. Yeah, and that was kind of what I was hoping for. Yeah. Let's do playing with the rainbow. So let's let our arms drift up to the 12 o'clock position. Make sure our footing is maybe a little bit wider than shoulder width, just to give you enough room so that you don't disrupt your balance. And we'll shift our weight to one side, and our arms will go in the opposite direction as we paint the rainbow or play with the rainbow. Letting our fingers just wander through the colors of the rainbow. And I'm trying to look straight up because that helps maintain my posture, but I'm also trying to keep this headset from sliding off. All right, so let's transition to dancing with the ball, which is a little bit different. There's a point on top of your head where your chi meridians meet. It's called the Bai Wei in Chinese. I'm sure it's called something else in Sanskrit. And so I just kind of use that as a reference point and just kind of touch that lightly so my body will know where I am in space. All right, so when your hands come up to the 12 o'clock position, let them come to a rest. And from here, let's do the big Ferris wheel rotation. And again, go with your comfort zone, whatever's comfortable, whatever range of motion suits you. I like a good old nice stretch. And so when our hands come back up to the 12 o'clock position, we'll go ahead and change rotation, like right now. Ooh, my ankle just popped. Oh, man, that's money there. And we'll go one more rotation. And as our hands come up to the 12 o'clock position, we'll let them come to a rest and then bring them back down to our sides. Okay, so let's do scooping from the sea. We can step out on the diagonal and bring our hands down and scoop the riches from the sea, bringing them up and letting them wash over our body, soaking up the nutrients. If you want to modify, you can always do ball to the mountain, which is a very similar move, just not quite as deep. But it's the same idea. Why don't we go ahead and do one more scoop from the ocean or from the sea? Same thing. Letting the nutrients spill over our body and then coming back to center and continuing scooping from the sea on the opposite side. so why don't we go ahead and take one last scoop. Like this one right here. And let the nutrients spill over our body and come back to center. So why don't we go ahead and pack up our chi. Bring our arms up, bringing our chi in, and pushing it back down into the lower dantian. And one last time. Putting our chi away for another day. All right, now we can go ahead and step in and close the door. And we are done for today, so let's give a fist pump salute. Thank you, Cindy, for being here. And thank you all for joining us today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And we'll be back. Yep. We'll be here tomorrow.